Welcome to a very merry episode of 4G1G. We are
Mac,
Zip,
Nate,
Sista,
and I'm Quincy. And today, we're talking about Christmas movies done right.
It's that time of year, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's do this. We were planning to start like 30 minutes ago, but we kept listening to Christmas music. So
It's just for the energy.
yeah,
It has to be done
true.
it was to get into the mood.
to feel festive.
Yeah, it worked very well actually.
Yeah, we've been going through finals the last few weeks. We must feel festiveness.
Festivity, Mac.
I stand by festiveness.
It's a Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus miracle. We're getting away from the point.
The point being, what exactly is Christmas done right? No, this isn't sacrilegious. When we say Christmas done right, we're talking about Christmas movies, as Quincy said, done right.
I'm just imagining people interpreting that as either celebrating Christmas in the proper way and competing on whether to do that, like Christmas with the Cranks, or
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it does sound kind of like that.
or people could interpret it as the war on Christmas, which is a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that.
Well,
though.
no.
Yeah, no. When we say Christmas done right, we're talking about how to do Christmas movies correctly. Like, we know there are some that are very, very good, that are timeless, masterpieces, and then there are many, many others that are very, very bad, or at least just not good enough, mediocre, just bleh. And some people may like them because it, gives them nostalgia. That's a big reason why Christmas movies are so popular, is because of nostalgia and good feelings and stuff. But there are a few that it's just like, it really hits you with how good they are.
Like like a snowball with ice in the center. It hits you just how good they are.
Why would you do that?
It's snow. You're not gonna feel it.
Oh,
Yeah, you would.
if it's ice in the center, then the snowball is going to it's going to explode. But then the ice part is just going to hit you like whenever the snowball hits you. It's just going to be painful.
Gonna be a rock. That's a good point.
Now, we go into section 1 of this podcast called The Meaning of Christmas.
man, that's cliche.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I wrote it.
No, it's good. Keep it going.
But it's
Keep it going.
fine.
Yeah, that's not vague at all. I'm sure.
Quincy, you have your hand up, and you probably won't insult me. Here you go.
I think the answer to the statement of the Christmas's meaning is relatively simple.
Jesus.
It's when you get stuff.
Oh,
You need more
course.
toys, after all.
Okay, fair enough.
Give it
Yeah,
back.
like a Buzzsaw Louie, right?
Billy has more
Yeah.
toys than you.
That he does. Are you really going to let that slide?
Yeah, you don't
Billy,
don't
yeah.
let Billy get away with this. Billy is just gonna look at you and laugh at you with all of his toys and his Buzzsaw Louie.
I completely forgot about that last line. What the?
That's so heinous.
Well, it's a very effective corporate scheme.
That's gaslighting.
It's
what it is.
it's marketing essentially.
Okay, the first meaning of Christmas is the birth of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
That's
naturally.
but Buzzsaw Louie.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's kind of.
I don't know why. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't know why I didn't put any VeggieTales Christmas movies on my list.
Don't worry about
I
it.
just put it
I was
on
going to
here.
bring it up.
I
You're totally right. I should.
You spell VeggieTales with an E, right? In the middle?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think it's with
Okay. That's the first time I've spelled it correctly. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
High
did it.
Okay, Zep, you were about to say
I was
something?
going to say the interesting thing with these Christmas. I thought this is kind of a cultural thing with Christmas. I think I heard one rumor say, not a rumor, but I think I heard saying that Jesus was most likely actually born sometime in the spring in Bethlehem. But it doesn't end. But of course, it's in Bethlehem, which is it Africa or the Middle East?
Close to the Middle East.
Close to the
Yeah,
Middle East,
still
so
Africa,
it's not going to make much of a difference. They're not going to get any snow up there or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there's for another thing, I think I heard it say that since winter is so dismal and dreary and miserable for the most part, that's one of the reasons why all the holidays I put in there. So like why you have Thanksgiving during the fall, and then also Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course all that stuff piles on with a bunch of other topics. Overly Sarcastic Productions has a fantastic video on how all the stuff like with Santa and the Christmas trees and everything got put in, and then people just sort of ran with it, even though none of that stuff actually happened with Jesus' birth.
You're totally right. Now I think about it, there aren't a lot of holidays like that take place around summer, aside from Independence Day in America. I guess because because since it's summer and there's sun and all that sort of thing, everyone's already happy. Whereas with winter, if you don't have Christmas and you don't have like all of the bells and whistles and songs and lights that come with that, it's just going to be a lot cold and dark and kind of depressing.
And you're working through finals.
And you're working through finals with nothing to look forward to.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
dark
sorry, I don't know
world.
what happened there. Yeah, during the holiday season or during the winter season, that is definitely when people start feeling the seasonal depression. So yeah, the holidays are definitely put there to combat that, and they're like hyped up as much as possible so that people get they get walloped in the face with nostalgia, and they suddenly feel more empathy for their fellow man and
more compelled to buy things.
more compelled to buy
Buy
things.
But to feel happy about, happy about
Yeah,
it, which usually never happens throughout the rest of the year.
Yes,
money.
which is why
Sorry.
Christmas sales are just they're ginormous. Companies make so much money during Christmas time for that reason. And honestly, I really like the holidays during the winter.
Yeah, the few feelings that are better than when doing some sort of thing outside of the house or in the evening, and then you drive back home and you get to see all the Christmas lights and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have a neighbor down the street that has so many decorations. It's basically you could probably see it from space for all we know. I would be pretty interested to see.
Wasn't that a Geico
look like.
commercial?
Say again?
Wasn't that a Geico commercial?
Yeah, that's basically what the house is like. It's magnificent. There's more added every year.
Xavier, you raise an interesting point as to why Christmas is in winter, because given the fact that Jesus' birth was most likely in the spring. A lot of people believe that it might be because it fell in such close proximity to the Greek festival of Saturnalia that happened at around the same time as the winter solstice.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, it involved a lot of feasting, partying, gift giving.
When is the winter solstice?
Oh, that makes sense.
In the middle of December.
So
That's like when-
December 21st, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that explains it.
It's like with Halloween, how Halloween is less of a holiday and more of like a combination of a whole bunch of cultural festivities and that sort of thing taken around the world that takes place usually at around autumn that got sort of combined into the general vibe of Halloween.
Heck,
Yeah.
there even was a mischief night back in 16th century England.
Purge.
That one night a year where all crime is legal.
Well, maybe a little less.
It's 16th century England, so I'm not going to. That wouldn't be surprising.
You know what? You got me there.
And let's see. So it's like a seasonal thing, obviously, because again to combat the overall depressiveness. But when did it become associated with the winter? Because there's
Christmas?
there's a 2,000 year gap in between the first Christmas, the nativity story, and the modern day. So a lot, some things happened between then and there.
That's a good question, though. We probably should have researched.
Yeah, probably. There's a bunch of historical context and that
Honestly,
sort of thing.
Honestly, I didn't know we touched on this.
And where does Santa come from? If I remember something, he's like Odin, right?
It's like a whole bunch of stuff.
That was like a European thing.
We'll just watch Overly Sarcastic's video when we're done here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
As it turns out, in the origin of Christmas, Santa actually didn't enter into the concept until Saint Nicholas in the 4th century. He was Greek, by the way.
Okay.
Wait, let me start over. Santa didn't actually enter into the Christmas concept until Saint Nicholas in the 14th century and Father Christmas in the 16th century, both from Greece and England, respectively. And after they were smashed together and given the Dutch translation of Saint Nicholas as a name, which is Sinterklaas, it became a
close
one-time holiday figure we know now.
And also a Christmas Carol, which did a lot for the overall festivities with the book.
Yeah.
It's the
Also,
Ghost of Christmas Present, isn't it?
Christmas
Yeah.
became associated with winter around the 4th century when the Roman Christian Church formally set December 25th as the date for Jesus' birth.
Really?
Deliberately coinciding with existing Roman winter solstice festivals like Saturnalia and the birthday of the unconquered sun, to provide a Christmas alternative and integrate pagan customs. So that's
That's fascinating.
So that's interesting.
All roads lead to Rome, I guess.
And interestingly, It was after Christianity became the main holiday of the Roman Empire when it spread up to the Germanic tribes up in Central Europe, whereupon it took the custom of decorating pine trees, because that was something that they did every winter, decorating fir trees with nuts, berries, little ornaments, and that type of thing.
Huh. So that's where that came from?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
So aside from like all this cultural stuff, like the birth of Jesus and all that, and how the Christmas vibe really came together, just kind of bringing it back to what we were talking about with the Christmas feel. Another thing about it that you wrote here is the family and togetherness, which is obviously something that shows up in a lot of these Christmas things, right?
You mean every Christmas thing?
Like literally every Christmas thing ever made.
Every Christmas
even
thing.
going back to, again, the nativity story.
That's a good
Going
point. That's
way
probably
back
where it
when.
started.
Going way back when, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably because of the whole ordeal with spending time together. And the other thing about it, the winter also added into this, because there's nothing better than spending time in a warm household with people that you like eating delicious food while it's all cold and miserable
When
outside.
it's snowing out, or maybe it's snowing outside and it's whimsical. You know?
And interesting thing is that I think most of the time in history, snow is usually associated with bad stuff, because
bitter desolation,
Death.
and dying of frostbite in the middle of a forest.
And also, the crops are dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the crops
There's
are
no
dead.
crops. So, like, if you've seen The Revenant, which we have not, or any of these other survival things, you know that snow is very bad as far as that goes. But another thing with Christmas is that it kind of made it more whimsical and fun and added to the big festivities, right?
Yep.
That's a neat way of looking. It's a neat way of looking at it, especially given. I stop and think about it. Since our parents are from Ohio and Maine, respectively, and they have like a treasure trove of horror stories involving blizzards.
I think one thing they both have in common is that they both kind of got sick of snow.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that one line in Die Hard 2. I've seen enough freaking snow to last me a lifetime.
Yeah, they had to walk to school through like 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
As children. So, I mean, Daddy spent more time outside with us than Mama. Like Mama refused to even leave the house.
I don't think I've ever seen Mama come outside during while it's snowing.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
And you know what? With a backstory like
Don't blame
that,
her.
yeah, I don't even blame her.
Yeah, actually, it's cold and icy and miserable.
Yeah, but now I think it would be a good time to get into part 2. Not exactly part 2, but the second bullet here, which is our favorite holiday movies. What exactly are we attracted to about these holiday movies? What makes us like them so much, And they don't all have to be deep or something, but what makes them good? Because I feel like we have pretty good taste in movies.
There's a specific type, there's specific movies that we always go to every single year.
Yeah, and that we all agree is I want to watch this.
Yeah, either movies or Christmas episodes of TV shows.
We do that with Spider-Man, with Amazing Spider-Man now.
Yeah, with Spectacular Spider-Man.
Spectacular
I'm probably gonna do that as soon as we're done here. Actually,
yeah.
Oh yeah, is there a Christmas episode?
Yeah, it's a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Christmas episodes are always some of our favorites.
Man,
when
I love Disney
shows.
Christmas episodes.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like when the commercials and showing this Christmas, blah 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 blah, with
This
so and
Christmas,
so,
blah, blah, blah.
with so and so show, and you see the decorations everywhere, which makes you kind of jealous. You're like, why can't my house look like that? Every Christmas.
It's how did they put that up?
Yeah,
how is it so perfect?
Your house
TV budget.
Your house doesn't have production designers.
Yeah.
Like the Jesse house in Christmas looks like the North Pole or something.
The tree?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the tree is colossal.
Well, to be fair, they live in a penthouse. So
Yeah,
they're rich.
exactly.
Yeah, but how did Bertram do that?
Good question.
He's the laziest butler ever.
That's why there's a reason why he hates his job. Maybe he hired someone.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
okay.
point. It's like in Blackish.
Yeah.
They
Hire
Christmas,
someone to make
it's
the
grandma's
Christmas meal.
birthday, Christmas dinner, just not their grandma. I love that episode.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
much.
the deceit
That's a good episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. What were you
I
gonna
was thinking, remember, Mexicans are affordable and the backbone of the American workforce. Now stop being racist, bro.
This is like dependable, affordable, and the backbone of the American workforce. No, stop being racist,
But
Bo.
we gotta maintain the line. Now go get your cooking clothes on.
And she was throwing flour on her.
I'm throwing flour up on the ceiling,
Okay.
too. Anyway.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Do you want to go first, Mac?
So my first favorite, like the one that I feel like I've watched the longest and loved the longest, is Home Alone 2. Well, probably just of the surprise of no one, with Die Hard being a very, very close second.
Give me that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's either my favorite Christmas movie or like the movie that I probably watched more times than I have in my entire life.
Yeah.
But anyway, in regards to Home Alone 2, of course we watched the first one as kids because we have like the DVD and everything, which still works somehow. Like I don't understand how. Anyway, like
I don't know.
It
how
still
that-
works, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how it still works. We watched that movie so many times.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the DVD hasn't been worn down. But anyway, I remember the trailer on the DVD that they had for Home Alone 2 with, the Deck the Halls remix. Well, it showed Harry and Marv getting mollywopped by the by all the booby traps. That always hyped me up to watch it or try to record it on the DVR every year. And now that it's easier to watch this stuff, it's with streaming, it's just easier to go back to it. And I love everything about it. The New York looks fantastic in it. Plaza Hotel it's the perfect it's the best commercial that Plaza Hotel could have possibly asked for because it looks fantastic. The whole "you gotta do better than that" scene is terrific. I love the brick scene is great. I think I love everything about this movie now that I think about it. And also
Like Home Alone or Home Alone 2?
Yeah, Home Alone 2.
Home Alone, like my favorite part, honestly, is when you remember when it was that giant that thing where you put all the wrenches and stuff in when it was going down the stairs.
the giant toolbox.
The toolbox when it was just hurtling downstairs. They're like,
that?
what is that?
Also, I think the whole traps thing, now I think about it, is way longer than it was in the
There's so
first
much
book.
more.
And as opposed to
It's more.
Yeah, and as opposed to making it Kevin's house, it's a rundown H.H. Holmes apartment of terror. Rundown apartment of terror. Terry, I've reached the top.
What's your second
Did you just
favorite?
reference H.H.
What else is
Holmes?
on your list?
Yes, I did.
Who's H.H.
H.H.
Holmes?
Holmes
He
Alone.
was
Look it up.
Yeah,
That's all I'll tell
a
you.
really
Just-
bad man.
Yeah, I'll just look it up. Say again,
What else
Sista.
is on your list?
I've only written down 2 because I try to put a lot of thought with this. But my second favorite, as I said before, is Die Hard because that's basically it's one of the first movies where I remember me and Zip remembering basically every single line. That and like Ocean's 11, and it's also probably my gateway drug for action movies as a whole because I was just like enraptured when watching it at the age of 12, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I can't believe we watched it.
Were we
when
12?
were in
I thought we
middle
were like.
Well, how old were we?
Maybe 14 or 15.
Were we 14? I don't
think- I
remember.
feel like we were older-
13 or 14. But
You're
I
older than 12, that's for sure.
But I was old enough to be like, this is the coolest thing I've ever watched.
Yeah.
And the main memory I have with that is because when we found out that we had DVDs for that in like a thick DVD case where we had like the first 3 Die Hard movies and a bunch of other stuff like Men in Black, which I also watched a lot, and Gladiator and that sort of thing. And I just remember watching it so often that again memorized all the dialogue. And I'm surprised that DVD hasn't worn out as well because we watched that a lot.
We watched the behind the scenes too.
And we watched the behind the scenes, which I was very happy that existed. And
I love the behind the scenes
Yeah,
on
well-
the DVDs.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
agreed.
good.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to. It was like the first thing I checked to see is that behind the scenes. Yes.
Yeah. And to the extent that if you go to bonus features and there isn't a lot there, then you just have the feeling of, oh.
Yeah.
And just the wonder of putting in the DVD and then going through the features
and the
hearing
main
the
menu.
different parts of the soundtrack, the main menu, and then the extras and stuff like that.
Also with Die Hard, fantastic main menu with showing for the DVD with showing the outside of the building and the helicopters flying over with the music. And you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just great. The movie's perfect in every way. I don't even think that I could prattle on and on about it and it wouldn't even hit every mark of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unlike John McClane.
Yeah, welcome to the party, pal.
Unlike John McClane, who hit every single mark.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right, okay,
Who's
who's next? I'm out of breath.
Thank you, Mac.
You're welcome.
Do you want to go with
I'll
Quincy?
probably piggyback on some of you, the rest of you guys, because I'm assuming there's a good deal of...
Actually, how about you go next, Mista?
Okay, so on mine, I have 8 movies.
Yeah, you hate
I mean, one of these isn't a movie. It's more of a short, but I think it still qualifies. I'm not going to go through all of the reasons why I like them, since for one thing, it'll be kind of long.
It doesn't have to be like super long. You just say, I like it because da da da.
All right. Now, in no particular order, Klaus is actually my favorite Santa-related Christmas movie. I usually don't really care much for Santa-related Christmas movies, but recently, like a few years ago, we first watched this. This is the one that I like the most.
It's so beautiful.
It's basically if you put Cusco from The Emperor's New Groove into the Santa origin story.
Yeah.
If you throw him into the North Pole.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think someone animators react
As a
referred
mailman.
to it as Batman Begins for Santa, and then someone Ren piggybacked and said, so it's basically Santa Starts, which is basically like the second title in my opinion. Klaus colon or hyphen Santa Starts.
Yeah.
And knew that movie was going to be good when for the most of the first time. What was his name? Jasper.
Yeah.
Most of the first time Jasper met Santa, he thought that he was gonna kill him. And then like when he was tying a rope for his bird feeders, but Jasper thought that it was a noose, and he was like, "All right, I guess this is how it's gonna go." And he just started to put it around his neck because he just accepted his fate. He was like, "What are you doing? Give me that. It's for the birds."
It's so dark. The comedy's shockingly dark.
Yeah, in my opinion, this movie or I Lost My Body should have won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature instead of Toy Story 4. But it's kind of hard to say because as much as I love Klaus, I Lost My Body is my favorite animated movie of all time, so I'm kind of biased. The next one on the list is Nativity Story, which we watch every year for Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so far, it has not yet gotten old. So, yeah, I really like this one. The next one is What Santa Really Is
I
from
knew
Love,
it!
Death, and Robots.
I knew it.
Wait, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Love, Death, and Robots.
Well, he's like a terrifying looking monster, but he's still Santa.
Good.
Why didn't
Oh, now I'm remembering it.
I should have?
Pass me that phone. I'm gonna look it up.
I should
Dude.
have expected this.
That
And-
was so gross.
Hey, he
But-
was still Santa.
Yeah, but he barfed up.
Yeah, the thing I love about this one is the sort of reimagining of what Santa, is, and it actually gives you a good reason as to how he managed to go to all of the
Yeah.
houses
Yeah.
like in one night, because he is an eldritch horror. But despite
Does he
And how
not
can-
have reindeer?
no,
Yeah, I was gonna
no, he
ask.
doesn't need.
Did he eat
doesn't.
them?
So
he
does
doesn't need reindeer.
Does he like so what? Does he like go up the chimney and then just teleport like the chimneys are like a portal to
He turns
the
into
next place
Santa.
and the next place?
Like
Yeah,
the
that's-
upside down?
Yeah,
yes, like the upside down.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I imagine it, because the thing.
Oh man,
That's a
he doesn't
crazy
even have
design.
eyes. Why doesn't he have eyes?
It looks like the Cloverfield monster.
Does it still, Mista, wait, does it still eat the cookies and drink
Yeah.
the milk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another thing is that
Okay.
as far as the teleportation thing you're talking about with the chimney, the thing is the fire ends up going out when he's going down, and then it returns when he leaves. So the idea of it being a sort of portal for each and every house he visits, I think, is very accurate.
That's likely.
And
Wow.
and let's see. Yeah, and the fact that he still has the personality of Santa, and also gives you a reason as to how he manages to give, gifts in the first place, and how he carries them and everything, or at least produces them, I guess, and how he knows exactly what the kids want. It's I really like this one. It's horrific, but it's also weirdly wholesome.
Actually, now it is
I was gonna
weirdly
say,
wholesome. But
'cause-
now that I think about it, I think my brain made me forget because it was just so horrible before. But when I thought it was just some sort of horrible monster and not Santa Claus,
Uh huh.
Yeah.
like I don't know.
One thing
And then by the end of it, you're like, What?
Yeah, it's like I have the warm fuzzies, but I also feel like I don't know.
The X
Like
Factor.
for instance,
Yeah.
he knows that the kids are scared, so he tries to cheer them up by just doing a whole peekaboo thing, which clearly doesn't work.
That was the worst.
And then also he said that the girl was good, but apparently the boy was probably naughty. But he was like, "It's Christmas, why not?"
Oh, it was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But when he did the peekaboo, I thought I was going to pee my pants.
And before you guys think that he was going to eat him, he was going to, like, for the boy, because he might have been naughty, he was just going to throw up coal.
I was gonna
because that's
say-
what Santa does.
Yeah.
Right.
And, like, the counterpart, Krampus, which is an actual monster, would absolutely look like what you'd expect Santa to look like. Because
Yeah.
Krampus eats naughty kids. I think he's the one who puts them in a Gundy sack. I think he's the one who puts them in a
lumper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the one who puts them in a Gundy sack, takes them to a second location, so that way he can just eat them.
Yeah,
So,
we don't like Krampus.
Yeah. You suck, Krampus.
So yeah, next two are Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2.
Nice.
And the interesting thing about this one, I actually remember the first time I watched Home Alone, and that was because I was sick as a dog when I was about,
Really?
like 9 or 10 years old. So Mama showed me and the rest of us Home Alone to cheer us up, and it really did the trick. At some point, I ended up getting better, and my health was better. But what hadn't changed was how I ended up watching the movie pretty much every year as a result, and I also love Home Alone 2.
Nice.
So, for the same reasons that Mac stated already.
I respect that.
And this, I guess, is sort of an unusual one, but I think it matches, and that is Children of Men, which, in my opinion, completely matches a Christmas movie because not only does it have the themes of hope and family and togetherness and things like
And
that.
love.
But if you look closer, it is also a retelling of the Nativity story in
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much
That's
every
so
sense
cool.
of the
Oh,
word.
yeah.
You don't have to look that close because it's literally just a
It's-
retelling
yeah.
of the Nativity story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I've brought it up before too because that's literally my favorite movie ever. I love Children of Men so much, and I'm probably gonna watch it in a week.
I really like how it's doing that kind of typical Christmas movie thing. I accept it's a Christmas movie where kind of like how many take on the kind of Scrooge story. Like for instance,
Oh,
in-
man!
Wait a minute.
Oh, whoa!
Wait a minute.
That's a
Theo.
fantastic
Are
point.
you saying that
Wait,
Theo?
what'd
Are
I
you saying
do?
that Theo is like the Scrooge in this case? Except
mean,
instead of being all dismal and hopeless about Christmas, he's dismal and hopeless about the world overall because he's lost his hope from the past and just living in the miserable dystopia where everyone's just waiting to die collectively together.
That's actually a pretty good point.
Yeah,
he
that's-
has a pretty
that
high-paying job
was
too, right?
what I was going
Office.
for.
It's some sort of office job, but given his apartment.
Well, I mean, I guess I pat myself on the back for that. But you guys, it's like I was saying another thing in reality, but it's cool that you guys got that.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is that it's cool how Children of Men did the kind of thing like how It's a Wonderful Life was a kind of recreation of, what was it called? With the Scrooge, that
A Christmas
story?
Carol.
Of A Christmas Carol, except
It's the reverse.
he was Pratchett. Like the main character of It's a Wonderful Life is supposed to be like Bob Cratchit in this case.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure.
I think you.
Yeah.
yeah. So
It
it's
was
kind of like a retelling of that kind of classic story, and I just really like how the Nativity story is this classic story. So it's so cool how Children of Men were able to do that, in such an amazing way. And I don't know, I have mixed feelings whenever I do watch that movie because it's just so sad.
Yeah.
But, the amount of hope that is put into the ending, it just makes it all worth it, honestly.
Yeah, it's an incredible movie.
Yeah.
It's severely underrated. Everyone should watch it. Everyone needs to see it. Like, the whole world needs to see this movie because it's one of the best movies ever made. Because it's in the top 3, in my opinion, of, like, one of the best movies ever made. I don't know what else the other 2 are.
Wasn't it released on Christmas?
It was released on Christmas, which might have something to do with its box office returns. But it's for thematic appropriateness, and again, it's a perfect movie. It's in every way. So
Maybe we should
I'll give
release
it
like a week or something before Christmas.
I don't know. Again, it's thematically appropriate. So
Fair enough.
I
That
can't
makes me-
really,
Yeah, it wasn't about
And
it wasn't about the money.
It wasn't about the
love
money.
it.
It's about sending a message.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love that so much.
And also, Alfonso Cuarón ended up directing Gravity later on, which made $1 bajillion. So, it worked out.
I hate space.
So, just one last thing about Children of Men. As far as the theme of hope goes, the best scene, in my opinion, is when the soldiers hear the baby. They hear the baby crying. The baby crying. And
I felt like crying.
and then-
I felt
like-
like crying too.
No, you were crying, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, actually.
Yeah, I was like, this funny thing is, I've seen that scene with you twice, and both times I saw you cry. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
It's so
and I
beautiful.
don't even blame you. I was like trying to hold it together because I was like, okay, if we both start crying, then
Like
it's
when the
gonna-
music drops, as soon as one of the soldiers comes through, and then the main soprano comes in, and the guy has a shock face look on his face. It's stop, ceasefire.
Yeah, and it's only and I noticed it's only when we during watching the whole movie because it's the build up, right?
Oh yeah, because the rest of the movie is just so brutal and hopeless and terrifying that when and sad that when this moment comes in, everything that they've been doing literally freezes a war in time. Which, as I said before, it's like the whole Jesus born in a manger thing, except instead of a baby born in a manger, it's a baby born in a war zone. So.
Oh man, yeah. And honestly, we might have to just do a whole podcast about Children of Men because there's so much to unpack
Oh yeah.
about that.
I
That's
have a
a
lot
good-
to say about that.
That is a great point.
All right. So the next on my list is Disney's A Christmas Carol, and this is the
God,
one.
I love that.
Yeah, this is the one directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Jim Carrey, who plays Scrooge as well as the ghosts of Christmas Past, Present, and Future. Or
So good.
I guess it's
Yeah.
past and present.
I guess just past and present in this case. And this, I don't know if it's controversial or not, but I actually like this one more than Muppets Christmas Carol for two reasons for that. Well, one reason, I guess. It's because
Sorry, keep going.
It's because, for one thing, I've known this movie longer, and it's always held a very special place in my heart. I love Jim Carrey's performance as Scrooge. I love the animation, I love how they tell the story, and I love the music. This movie, in my opinion, is really good, and it's very underrated.
Kind of sort of perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very clearly the result of Robert Zemeckis refining the skills and techniques he's learned in animation and mocap from the next movie on this list, which is The Polar Express.
That's yes, that's on my list too.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I was thinking about how whenever we bring up the Polar Express, there are always some people who talk about like the story and like the animation. How
Who cares?
They,
No,
look at it,
who
Casey.
cares? It's
Yeah.
a great movie.
I love that movie. I watch it every year, and I can't get enough.
Yeah, one thing I keep saying is that they were trying stuff out. They they blazed a trail for what people are going to do with CGI in the future, and taking the animation side of it aside, it's just a delightful movie.
I love it so much.
And also
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, and also and also crazy. Like the whole train on the ice scene is crazy.
You know, those
what kind of
animation-
train? Does that happen
How do you
every
come up with
year?
stuff like
It makes
that?
me wonder if that happens every year.
Or the roller coaster thing with with the train.
Yeah, I kind of get vertigo whenever I watch that because
Yeah, it makes me wonder that certain things like that make me wonder two things. First of all, it just makes me give me an overall fear of trains for some reason. Second of all, it just makes me I wonder like do they have to do this every single year? And third of all, do they have to do this on the way back?
That's a good point.
And something really deserves to be said with the way the North Pole's designed. How it
Yeah.
has that
I love
satisfyingly
it so much.
industrial feel.
Oh, yeah,
it looks
appearance
good.
to it.
It looks
So
beautiful.
real.
It looks
Yeah.
beautiful.
I remember
Yeah.
one thing you said, Mista, that you really like is that, like, first of all, Santa is really good in this movie, too. And after Santa leaves, like, of course the elves would throw a party.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
like right? Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. This movie has my favorite representation of what the North Pole looks like for, Santa and the elves, because because we're usually used to having much more of a snowy sort of village type
Smaller
feel,
cabins.
which I get it has the nostalgic feel, but if a bunch of people are going to create Christmas presents
This
for
is an industry.
Yeah.
This is a company.
This is a
a business.
a
I was just getting to
business.
that. If a bunch of elves are going to create toys and various other products for a bunch of people throughout the world and every continent and every country and every city, like every single place, then the North Pole is actually, as Sista put it, an industry and a business.
And enormous.
And absolutely enormous. And looks a lot more like it looks more like what cities looked like during the Industrial Revolution rather than what they looked like as villages or things like that.
Hopefully minus the emissions, pollution, and fallout.
I mean, it's North Pole and it's Santa and Christmas spirit and all that, so
And
I'm pretty
magic.
sure that they managed to figure something
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Also-
and magic.
Yeah. Also, it would be a really, really bad look if the North Pole is the reason why the polar bears are dying. With all of the ice caps melting and
wait,
stuff like that.
How do they deal with the polar bears anyway? Do they like put up Jurassic Park fences?
Like in
Just like Jurassic Park.
Saturday Night Live. Wait, do polar bears live in the North or South Pole?
North Pole.
It's
Oh,
the
right,
North.
okay. 'Cause-
Yeah, but I really don't want them to be the reason. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they work with what were those cars?
Magic. I think it's just, you can just say
No,
magic.
like the really quiet cars that
like
Elon
electric,
Musk-
like electric
I don't
cars.
know. Maybe it's like electric powered stuff that's in the North Pole. It would kind of make sense if they're like, it's like how Japan is futuristic with the stuff they have. Maybe the North Pole is kind of futuristic too.
Yeah.
in that kind of way.
Yeah, except with magic, like we said.
So Magitech.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's magic tech. That'd be sick.
So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, as much as I love the logic and reason behind why Love, Death, and Robots Santa is capable of making gifts for everybody and going from place to place and everything, the Polar Express is a very close second because that also makes like a lot of sense.
Yeah. Do you ever see Santa's face?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we
And
do.
the build-up is very, very
So
good.
good.
Because it's
Yeah.
like the whole thing
He's
with
so
the ringing,
huge.
with the ringing bell, and you can't see him through the crowd. And then it's only like when he gets the bell back and he sees Santa's reflection. And I believe, this is yours. Thank you.
Yeah.
And also, like Tom Hanks is Santa. The voice
And the
Yeah.
conductor.
and was
And was he the kid?
I think
Yeah.
he was. I mean, he was a
Wow.
narrator. He was a narrator of the movie. I think he did the motion capture for the kid though.
Of course, because of course he did.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, but I'm
Played
just saying.
everyone.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
specifically, the voice for Tom Hanks' voice for Santa. Honestly,
It's so
I'm
comforting.
I'm honestly surprised that he hasn't played Santa more often because his voice and matching that with Santa honestly works in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
And that's it on my list.
Also,
Very good list.
This is a very
Nice.
good list. Also, same point as I made with the monster Santa, how he was like, nah, it's Christmas. There was one thing I think when the kids were going around the factory, they had to go someplace, I think, and they could hear some elves talking, and they were
didn't-
talking about one kid.
They snuck in.
They snuck in, and they were talking about a kid. It was like his kid did some naughty stuff, and he was like, he should be on the naughty list. And then, nah, it's Christmas. Here, we'll just give him one more gift, and we'll let him off with a warning. If he does this next year, we'll give him coal. How's that sound? Yeah, okay, yeah. So really, like with the whole
It's a
office,
job.
So like the whole office thing that you talked about, it's
But
like,
they're all kind.
it's Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Because they could be seen as like cold or callous or business like whatever, but they'll still like have the spirit of Christmas, and it's a job.
Yeah, they're still good people,
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I really like that too. It's like, they probably have a 401k. They
Yeah.
probably have all their, insurance covered, health, dental, medical,
Yeah, that's-
all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I just really like how it is obviously an industry, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Yeah.
They're all coworkers
Yeah.
except for, the CEO.
Yeah, it definitely helps with dissuading the whole elf slaves narrative
Yeah,
too. So
definitely. It's like they signed up for this.
Yeah, they sign they sign like a contract. You
Uh-huh.
either do this or you can like bake cookies on a tree or some of the other stuff that comes with that.
That's so dangerous,
I mean,
though.
baking cookies on a tree is actually really dangerous because of all the wood and
like
stuff.
shoes.
Yeah, so yeah, like elf.
Lazy bum couldn't even make a clock.
Yeah, and I do like how the elves are in Elf. However, it just seems so much smaller. You know, like Santa's workshop is tiny. How do they
Yep.
make clothes?
Yeah,
I think that might be the-
toys.
Yeah, obviously
everyone.
that's like the style. Obviously, Elf is on my list, so I was going to point this
Same.
out.
I think
so like, this obviously like the stylistic thing of like the North Pole, all big and cozy. I feel like I really prefer the North Pole in Polar Express too.
Yeah.
And it gives, but in Elf it gives it the more cozy feel. And one part that always makes me laugh because it's just so ridiculous is when Santa comes back. He's like, "We have done another successful year of Christmas," and all the elves cheer, "Yay!" And now that that's done, now we can get started on making more toys for next Christmas.
Yay!
And they just get started on making more
work never
toys.
stops.
That's it.
Yeah.
The work,
I guess-
and they're all smiling
Yeah.
and they're happy. No breaks.
I can see why you like that.
No, it's not like I relate to it or anything
Yeah.
like that because I like my Christmas breaks, but it's just so ridiculous
Yeah.
how they just get started right away on new toys like right after it's all over.
I mean, given how many deliveries Santa's going to be making next Christmas, just like all the Christmases past, it is pretty reasonable that they're getting started with next year's batch right away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so-
but it's like also like Sista said, there's that small room. So like, do they have to make all the toys in
tiny.
that one room?
Although I think I don't know if you know this already, but a lot of the aesthetic for Elf was based off of the FREAKIN and Bass Rudolph's Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's
Oh,
the thing.
yeah.
Which is why everything
The
was so
hats
like,
and the
everything was so
clothes.
small and cozy, like right down to the outfits that everyone's wearing.
Yeah, that makes
It basically take place in the same universe and the stop motion and basically everything about
Yeah,
it.
that explains everything.
And
love
also-
stop motion
why
animals.
didn't I make that connection?
It also helps to serve as another funny thing that I really like about this movie, which is that it serves as a total contrast to just how huge and New York is. Because you go from Rakin and Bass fantasy North Pole to very, very real New York.
Yeah. Okay, so I was already talking about Elf, so can I
Yeah.
go next?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so Die Hard's best on my list.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because like we already talked about before, it's awesome. First, you can watch it any time of the year, but it's like very special when you watch it in Christmas. Mac and I have memorized almost all the dialogue. It's so good. It's very well written. I love this movie. So with Elf, we already talked about the whole thing with obviously Will Ferrell just. Obviously, Will Ferrell just cooking, and New York looks amazing in Christmas, and it just really helps you get that feel. I feel like that and Home Alone 2 are the movies we always start when we just decorate Christmas. When we decorate the house for Christmas, we did it
Two New York Christmas movies.
Yeah, like I said, we did it this year, of course, naturally, and obviously, like I said, I think the fact that it's clear that Elf. I think we were talking about with basing it off of the Rudolph Red-Nosed Reindeer stuff. Looking back on it, this movie doesn't take itself seriously at all.
Oh no! Like the
uh,
premise is just so funny and crazy that you can't really take it seriously. You can't really take it seriously.
Yeah, like the problem part I always come back to is the thing with Gimbals. Remember,
And he's walking across the street, and then a taxi comes in and hits him.
And then I think that comes back where Buddy says the yellow ones don't stop.
Yeah. And also, speaking of, I think it was the scene before that when he was with the Christmas gram. What's the Christmas gram? I want one.
What is? Oh yeah, that's just sending people to.
That was really weird.
Right?
That was weird.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah. So also got the movies we already talked about. So Home Alone 2, Klaus, Muppets Christmas Carol, which we watched a couple of years ago.
And it's the movie equivalent of sitting next to a warm fireplace, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It was, and I think I heard something to describe. Who's the guy who plays?
Michael Caine.
Sir Michael Caine. He basically acting to the puppets as if they're just real people.
That's what a thing that happens in the other Muppet movies as well, which we're gonna have to watch at some point. Where because what the Muppet puppeteers are doing, they're basically, since they're acting along with the actors in the scene, but it's just with Muppets. They one thing leads to another, and the actors wind up talking to the Muppet and seemingly kind of forget about the actor that is puppeteering it. So instead of looking at the puppeteer, they're looking at the Muppet. It's like with that skeleton video, ribs! Spare ribs! Where it gets to a point of ridiculousness where you kind of forget about the guy holding the skeleton prop, and then instead you focus on the guy who was like dying with laughter.
You focus on the object.
Yeah, you focus
that's what
on
the puppet actually is.
Yeah, exactly. You focus on the object.
Yeah.
But it's basically the same thing. I don't know how it works. It's like a psychological thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of the actors, the puppeteers, like do like improv riffs as well. I'm gonna have to see the behind the scenes. That would be fantastic.
Yeah,
actually.
but those behind the scenes are very fun. And after Mista was doing his list, I just added a few more. I just added some of the other things that he listed. So like Polar Express and Christmas Carol and Disney's Christmas Carol, because those were both also very good. These are just movies I should just watch later.
Yeah.
One movie that also came to mind, I think I might have watched this, was it last year or something like that, when I had wisdom teeth surgery. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
You watched that again?
One. I think I watched. I forgot that I had watched it last year. But I remember I watched it and it was just very. Obviously, we watched it a lot when we were kids because it's for little kids. But it's a kind of nostalgia. You know what I mean? I couldn't help it.
What was the dog's name again? Max.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Max the MVP.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah, that's always great.
Yeah, and Max is just an MVP in that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't know how he puts up with the Grinch, honestly, but he doesn't give up on him.
Yeah,
I don't know either.
Another one that I put here that I just remembered was Prep and Landing.
Oh, nice.
And that's what's just another thing actually that kind of goes off of a similar thing with the whole, not the industrial thing, but like the fact that it's a job. And the way they talk about it.
No,
like
it's not a job. It's a military operation. Like it's basically the SEAL Team 6 for Christmas.
And basically having a whole operation of how to do this as well. So like seeing these different takes on how the operation with Santa goes is very fun. For example, revving up the engines is my favorite part.
Yeah. Oh, what do you mean now? Reindeer ready to roll?
Yeah.
It's basically like when you're watching a mecha show or a military thing when there's the thing that's happening outside with the mission, and then you go back to the dashboard. So it's like what Evangelion does, for example, but for Christmas. Now that I think about it, I just realized that. When it shows mission control, like, red alert,
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm thinking there's got to be like some kind of fan fiction out there where the Evangelion kids save Christmas, but that's another story.
I would watch the crap out of it.
I think I would too. I probably watch that every year.
Yeah. Oh, and another movie I put here that I just remembered to put was actually Die Hard 2, which is actually very good.
Yeah, shockingly, it was a few years after we watched the first one. Maybe like 5 years or something after we watched the first one.
We watched it on Christmas Day.
Which we watched on Christmas Day.
So
and
fun.
I was very, very shocked on how it's obviously not as good as the first one, but how can you compete with perfection? But it still holds up really well, and
it's actually awesome.
And it's awesome, and it does the Home Alone. And I like how it does the Home Alone 2 thing, where it beefs up the Christmasness by dumping like 500 tons of snow on everything.
Yeah, but everything is so much bigger. Like this, like we're not in just what kind of building? We're not in Nakatomi Plaza anymore.
Yeah, it's like a whole
unfinished Nakatomi Plaza.
It's Washington D.C., right?
It's Washington D.C.'s airport.
It's covered in snow.
I love how Dick Thornburg is somehow even more of a jerk in that one.
Oh, man,
he's so insufferable.
He's the worst.
Yeah.
And also, then there's also the whole
Network
thing.
Here I Come.
Yes,
My gosh! Network Here I Come.
Oh man.
Yeah,
he said that.
I think he did when he leaked the fact that there was terrorists that were taking over, like actual, not bank robbers, not robbers pretending to be terrorists, actual terrorists who were trying to get the.
You're trying to rescue a drug lord.
Yeah. By the way, the drug lord is played by that old guy from John Wick 2 in Italy.
Oh,
You remember he was the guy who asked.
Are you here for the Pope?
Yeah, that was
really?
Yeah, that was him. So he's in 2 sequels to iconic action movies. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Huh. And also it has like a huge chase on snowmobiles.
Yeah, come on.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Snowmobile chases are always so entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got enough about these. Who wants to go next?
Okay, my top favorite Christmas movies are Home Alone, A Christmas Carol, the Disney one, Elf, Home Alone 2, and The Nightmare Before Christmas.
How do we forget
You know,
about that?
I went back and forth with that.
Yeah, it's a hybrid movie.
Yeah, it's a
hybrid
movie.
movie. So I guess you could say like the
is
second
what you
half,
want it to be.
but like the second half or like the last 3 quarters of Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, you say like the whole movie, of course, but the last 3 quarters is focused on the Christmas stuff, which I should watch that movie again.
You know, some
I'm
years
saying that
we
a
just
lot.
we just chose the middleman and started watching it in November.
That's a good point.
I remember
yeah.
that.
What does it for me, in addition to all the reasons that you guys stated for the movies that are on this list, which is 4 out of 5 actually. Anyway, what does it for me is that these movies, in all the time that we've watched them, have always given me a sense of nostalgia. Not just to our Christmases of years past, but also, at least in this current age, to how profuse Christmas spirit was even in the days before the World Wide Web's rise expedited its spread. Because these movies were released in the sans Christmas Carol, were usually released in the 90s or early 2000s, and the internet itself was in its infancy. So before something that interconnected around the world could spread the Christmas spirit even further and even faster, but you really get a sense for just how common Christmas spirit was by that time of year in the decorations, the aesthetic, and the general feelings of merriment. And that couldn't be any more clear than in, say, Home Alone 2 or Elf even. It's just when you look at the decorations, for instance.
Yeah. The New York Christmas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In New York of all places.
You know, were you gonna say something else?
Uh-huh. It has a very classical Yuletide air is what I'm trying to say. And that type of magic, for lack of a better word, really means a lot.
Wow, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Yeah. That really helps.
You know, although, no disrespect, I thought that you were going to add the VeggieTales episode onto that. I think that can just encapsulate for all of us, though.
Yeah, and I figured that since we were specifically talking about movies, episodes from TV series wouldn't exactly qualify into this, but since you brought up how we love the Christmas episodes of Disney sitcoms and that type of thing, given that, I think they qualify here, along with the, like you said, the VeggieTales episodes of Christmas.
And now that I think about it, it's that episode is really quotable. Like whenever we've lost something and we're going around looking for it, at least one of us will say, "Have you checked the projector?"
Yes. I checked the projector.
Well, that was my suggestion.
Or like, what was it? What was it? Something with Bill?
Pugsleyville.
Bumbleberg?
Just don't send us to Pugsleyville. The bridge is out.
Pugsleyville! Oh, I hear it. It's beautiful this time of year. I was like, oh man, that's actually kind of evil.
Yeah, that's crazy. If we go to Bumbleberg, at least Larry Boy's gonna help. Oh crap! Right.
Well,
Oh shoot!
they're
Crap.
saved! Oh boy!
And then there's also the solution that we cite for whenever we might need someone hypothetically, which is to kidnap him. Is that legal?
Oh man, I forgot about that one.
The Star of Christmas.
Man,
man,
I love that
I
one.
love
That's
that
my
one too.
absolute
Yeah.
favorite. That was on my list.
You remember how?
I watched that more than any other.
You remember when Melwood was freaking out about Moy the Destroyer?
Yeah.
No, his fighting days are behind him. Remember?
Tell him that.
Also, remember when he was just when he was chasing after them while saying a whole bunch of like Scottish stuff, like what he was going to do.
What he was gonna do to
And my
them.
favorite part was when they climbed up the ladder and he said that you were like, yeah, you have been caught like a rat in a trap, like a rat who has climbed into a trap willingly somehow. And he's just staying at the bottom while he was.
Why are they
saying all
just
this-
staying at the
Like a
bottom?
dog
Because
hanging
his
on
fighting
to a
days are-
big juicy steak that has somehow itself become Trapped.
Like,
It's because the bladder was already leaning, and then they fell out. Then they fell out the window.
Right.
and onto
Who wants their bed sheets to the
why does everyone want their laundry delivered at night all of a sudden? That has a similar vibe to Emperor's New Groove. Remember, I told you we didn't order a whole bunch of trampolines here.
Well, you could have just told me that before I set one of them up.
It's pretty much the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Man, looking back on it, those episodes were really good. I was like, what was the thing with? Okay, look, we'll take a shortcut. To the Crystal Castle,
To the Crystal Palace.
to the Crystal Palace.
Millward.
Sorry.
With Pog Grape's gigantic steam,
Yeah.
steam,
The steam-powered car.
steampunk
Yeah.
car of death.
I love that. I love that finale. It's
so
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Every time.
We've got to get to the church on time. Hang on.
And this day just keeps getting weirder.
He locked in.
That,
anything I could do.
ladies and gentlemen, is how you get locked in.
Why ain't you in the slammer? So he was gonna break them out. Huh?
He had a steampunk engine of death, so that would have been pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
literally, just go straight forward right through the prison wall.
I remember the thing with the toy you saved Christmas, but I completely forgot about the Star of Christmas. Actually, man, I love that one.
Did you remember that one penguin when Buzzsaw went to the back of it? Yeah, and he was like, "Whoa, what? Who brought a chainsaw here?"
Chainsaw Man.
Buzzsaw,
Buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw Man.
Buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw. What? Who voiced Buzzsaw Louie? Actually,
I don't know.
It
That's
was-
something I'll need to look into later.
Yeah, that was also a little. It was like that trippy thing from Toy Story 2 that Buzz experienced as well.
wait.
Remember when he was looking at the other toys of himself?
Of the copies.
Buzzsaw Louie did that and Buzz did that.
Yeah.
Oh
you're
yeah,
right.
the two Buzz.
You mean the
Buzz, huh?
Eternity
Two
toy arc?
Buzzes. The
No,
what?
sorry. I said the Eternity toy
The
arc.
Eternity toy
Yeah,
arc.
that one.
In Buzzsaw Man.
Buzzsaw Man. Yeah, I would watch that.
Oh man, that is wow.
Fan artists out there, be sure to lock in.
yeah, lock
plus,
in. I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. So pretty much everything that you guys have on your list is what I have, of course. So the Nativity Story, Home Alone, Polar Express. Oh man, I love that.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that movie. I actually have Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
Oh crap! You're right.
Wait, which
yeah,
one
the
was that?
the 2D one.
Yeah, man,
Yeah, that was a delight.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Goofy's little son?
Max.
Yeah, Max.
It's,
So-
it's also the one with the three little ducks is Groundhog
The
Day.
Dewey and the
Huey, Dewey, and Louie's Groundhog Day Christmas loop thing.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Wow, man, memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was one with Donald Duck stuck on Christmas, a very goofy Christmas, and Mickey and Minnie's Gift of the Magi? I don't know. Anyway, that's what it says on Wikipedia.
how's it spelled?
Wait
M-A-
a minute.
G-I.
This
Okay,
is a
Magi.
compilation.
Yeah, it's a I watched the compilation.
It's three separate shorts combined into one holiday special.
Yeah,
I never noticed that
That's
before.
what I watched.
Yeah, and then
That's what we watched.
wrap it all up with the characters all singing Christmas carols, which is adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. I love that so much. I also like the Christmas special for Looney Tunes show.
I forgot about that. Oh, what the heat wave? Do you remember? Wah! Fire! Yeah! And what was the Foghorn was doing? He was trying to go to the North Pole to find.
He's trying
To get
Santa.
snow. No, it was to
What?
get snow back to LA. Is that
No,
where they live?
it was much more. But it was a lot more dramatic than that. He was planning on. Well, he already constructed a
giant
giant
fan.
fan to blow some of that polar air down southward.
Right.
That is
But
insane.
It's awesome.
There's just one little hole in that plan.
What, reality?
No.
Needs to be plugged
No.
in.
It needs to be plugged in.
It's a giant fan, and it has to be plugged in.
Why would you do that? It's in the middle of the North Pole. It's not like you're gonna find an outlet.
No, but they did.
I think Foghorn's
What?
solution to that. I think Foghorn's solution to that, if I remember correctly, was to find Santa's workshop and to plug it into there.
Oh,
And then
no,
Daffy did that.
Daffy was hallucinating because
and
he
he
had
sat
on a
because he had
polar
I sat on
bear's
the-
lap.
he had a
I sat
hypo-
on the lap of a polar bear.
He had
How's
hy-
he still alive?
he had hypothermia and he was hallucinating.
And he thought the elves that he thought were helping him plug it in were actually the cubs of the polar bear.
yeah, how? Well, he's a cartoon character, so that's probably why.
That's how he
I
survived.
remember
oh,
his
Santa.
I remember his exact words were, "You're so snuggly, Santa."
Okay.
How is he still alive?
Why would you have a plug?
mean,
Can't
then
you
again-
have it be solar powered?
Then again,
No,
he
although
was,
then again, it's winter, so there's probably going to be like an infinite snowstorm.
And then at the end of the episode, Santa showed up with the Christmas Carol thing, which was
Oh right, I forgot. That.
Didn't you say?
Oh,
he
man.
plugged
Speaking
it?
of a Christmas Carol,
Like-
speaking of a Christmas Carol,
Well, what about who's gonna play Carol? Oh, poor Charles Dickens. Oh man, every time I
He's
remember
rolling over.
Didn't
His
Santa
grave.
plug in the fan?
He did,
So-
yeah.
Get fellas! I plugged in your fan.
I plugged in your face.
although given how fast Charles Dickens was spinning in his grave because of that play, they could have just plugged the fan in there because he would have been producing enough electricity to power the fan all on his own.
if they put the fan in Europe instead, then that probably would have worked. Another thing that I just remembered, like another Christmas thing that I remember really liking. You guys remember that Disney, that cartoon for Christmas Carol with the Mickey Mouse one with Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
The way he treated Mickey. Like I felt such rage at such a young age.
The main thing I just remember is that the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come was played by was Pete, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who was smoking a cigar. I do remember there was like he did have a good line. Man, wait, did the weasels from Who Framed Roger Rabbit show up as
Yeah, it
grave
did. Like
robbers?
everyone showed up in that one. It was like a whole,
Everyone.
like literally everyone. Now that I
Well,
think about it.
there's another movie we gotta watch after this.
Yeah, so
Oh darn!
Darny darn.
Wow,
darn.
that's-
oh well. So I was going to say that I remember I think one line that Pete had was like when Scrooge said like, "And whose unholy grave is this?" And he sees it's Ebenezer Scrooge, and he says, "Why yours, Ebenezer?" And he kicks him in the grave. The richest man in the cemetery.
And then
He's kind of scary.
Yeah,
sometimes.
watching that on Sakura again, I forgot that the tomb or the coffin at the very bottom of the tunnel, at the bottom of the hole, opens up, and it's basically a portal to hell. It's like fire
Yeah.
and brimstone
Oh, my
pouring
Lord.
out of it, and he's hanging onto the roots, and Pete is laughing like crazy above, and then he lets go, and then Scrooge lets go, falls through the coffin, and then he wakes up. It's
Yeah,
basically like it's
Disney
just basically
one.
like what happened in the Zemeckis one, except
It's a
somehow
totally
in the
down
Zemeckis
to it.
one, it's even more horrifying because it's shown that the ghost of Christmas Yet to Come is literal death.
And then and there's also the fact that like the build up when it goes down, and then the coffin just opens like.
Oh yeah, and then with the Muppet, and then with the Muppets one, it's just a lot more sort of somber and depressing. And you're just like, I feel like depressed.
Yeah,
And then,
but with the one you were just referring to, like, wow, that was hellish.
yeah.
That was terrifying.
Yeah, like I'll sponge the writing on that stone.
Yeah, and like the angles and stuff. It was like the climax of the Road to El Dorado with how insane it was.
Man, that
You remember?
that movie was
Great point,
completely
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, it's kind of what it reminded me of. Remember that like priest guy when he
with
was
the
doing
with the what,
you know, like with the animals,
with the
stuff like that.
mocap mecha jaguar
Yeah.
statue
the lighting
thing.
was kind of similar.
Oh
but-
yeah, that thing was awesome.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I also have VeggieTales, Star of Christmas, and the Toy That Saved Christmas, of course. And then I have Klaus, Elf, and the 1998 Jack Frost.
Wait, that's on your
Which,
list?
honestly, that's probably one of my favorite Christmas movies, and it makes me cry every time I watch it.
It sounds. I've never watched the whole thing,
neither.
but based on what I
Every
saw
time.
and based on what I know, it sounds very sad.
I don't know, it is kind of sad.
How does the guy die again? Is it a car crash?
it's
Car
a-
accident. I've watched the movie.
Can you back up a little, please?
Sorry, I just sat back down.
Okay, yeah, it's you might be scooted in a little bit too much. You need to just back up just,
And
just a little.
this is the usual.
Okay, yeah, that's fine now. Yeah, so he dies when he's on the way. Like Jack Frost was the lead singer in a rock band,
What?
which is something I forgot about.
I forgot
also,
about too.
he's played by
Michael
Keaton. So
Really?
I also forgot about that. But he was going to he realized his mistake of how he'd promised his his wife and his son that he was going to go to his son's hockey game, and so he was on his way when he died when he crashed the car in a snowstorm and was killed. And then a year later, Charlie, who's his son, he'd fallen into a deep depression, and at one point he made a snowman that looked. Let's see. It said one night he makes another snowman that bears as much resemblance to Jack as he can remember and plays Jack's harmonica just before going to sleep.
God, that's sad.
Yeah, I know. That's why the snowman looks kind of freaky because he's trying to make it look like a freaking.
He's trying to make it look like Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
That makes sense now.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That does make
So
sense.
the harmonica is magical, and
What?
that
Wait, what? Has it always
it's
what?
revived Jack and transferred his spirit into the snowman.
You could do that.
In this movie, you can.
Something very similar happens to Castlevania. In Castlevania, if I remember correctly.
That's kind of a different
except
atmosphere.
except the guy's able to take like the souls of people from hell and then transfer them into the bodies of monsters, and then they do kill people and stuff.
Cool.
They can be good though.
So Jack Frost's problem here was that since he was in a popular rock band, he was neglecting his family. So that's kind of, he's given a second chance at life. It is pretty much life, actually. And I always like the part when Jack attempted to greet his son and terrified him. Then he used the nickname Charlie Boy, which made Charlie realize that's his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then other things happen, with plot happens with them reconnecting and stuff like that. And then, unfortunately, there's a warm Christmas Eve. I'm just going through the plot, okay? Because you guys might not remember it.
I do remember some parts. Like, for instance, he's actually there to help him practice the hockey game.
Oh, that's right.
And, like, for instance, he since it's a snowman, he can't exactly feel anything. He actually uses himself as a target for the net to help him with his accuracy. So the hockey thing, so the puck ends up going right through him, but it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
So that way he can actually be there to, root for him and help him with his hockey.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
I remember really liking that movie. It's been such a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, me too. It's been a while. So, in the last part, can I just read you guys this last section?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
It says, on a warm Christmas Eve, Jack begins melting and struggles to get to Charlie's hockey game, but makes it. Afterward, Charlie decides to take Jack to the mountains, where it is colder, but has a difficult time convincing Gabby, who is Jack Frost's wife. Jack and Charlie arrive at the isolated cabin that the family was going to stay at for Christmas before Jack's death. Jack calls Gabby, nonchalantly asking her to come to the cabin to pick up Charlie, because she thought he was, Gabby is shocked, but recognizes his voice and obliges. Jack tells a disheartened Charlie that he must leave. When Gabby arrives, the snowman shell dissipates, revealing a human Jack in an ethereal form. Jack tells Charlie he will always be with him, and after bidding his wife and son farewell, returns to the afterlife.
God.
That's like that's really good, actually.
And that might be like my favorite Christmas movie now that I think about it. Like, it's been so long since I've watched it, but I just remember how, the tears that were shed, but also how it just kind of filled my heart. Because the, family and togetherness that we were talking about earlier, like, it really encapsulated that and how important it is to stay connected to your family, to never, prioritize work or these other things over your family, because they're the ones who are going to take care of you when you're, when you're sick, when you're sad.
Or when you're a resurrected snowman.
When you're a resurrected snowman, So, yeah, that might be my favorite.
Yeah, that's definitely also kind of a tragic one
I'm
too.
kinda
Like out of
surprised.
the ones we've mentioned, but yeah, that's just beautiful. And man, that is so sad.
Yeah. Sorry.
Good movie. It sounds like a good movie.
Okay, so section 3. What makes a Christmas movie good? Now, what we have here are themes, the atmosphere of Christmas, like optimism and hope, good/great character writing, and rewatchability factor, basically.
Yeah. So like we talked about before, definitely the themes of like family and togetherness, and kind of banding together against the cold of winter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, or just against the cold of life.
Yeah.
Because life is so harsh.
And basically trying to stay together, and basically not only trying to stay together, but trying to make it the most for others. Like somehow Die Hard's able to do this. The thing we already talked about before. Hang on. with him trying to get back to his wife and their children, and that whole thing, and basically trying to bridge to that and be able to, for the family togetherness and the like, and the Christmas atmosphere and all that. And yeah, comparing it to all these other Christmas movies, they all kind of have that same underlying thing. Jack Frost definitely has that, like you talked about.
Yeah, but also every single one that's on our list, pretty much, Like, so go on.
Maybe it's like different. It seems like it's different from like comparing it like Christmas for adults versus like say Christmas for children. So like Polar Express is different in that regard, and it's more like about the belief, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing they always talk about.
Having faith, in this thing.
Yeah.
It's something that you might not even see,
I wonder. It sounds definitely like it's got more of those Christian elements that we talked about too. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think that Polar Express is for it's for children and for adults. Like with these stories, some of the best ones are for everyone. Mm-hmm. Where I'm not like Die Hard isn't for everyone. It's still amazing.
Not until you're old enough.
Not until you're old enough. When you're like when you're 11. You're old enough. I'm joking. I think I may have been like 11 or 12 or something like that when I first watched it. It took a little bit for it to grow on me, but it's a masterpiece. But yeah, some of the best Christmas movies are, the family ones where, the children, like they may not understand the deeper elements of it, but the adults do and can relate to it more in that kind of way, which is why I'm having these thoughts about Polar Express, for instance, where I just thought it was good, clean fun before.
Yeah. Where they got like a train that's on ice, like, which is not stressful at all.
Yeah, I mean, I also like the reindeer scene.
Yeah, the reindeer scene, that was fun. When they
yeah,
the guy with the long beard,
crazy.
who sounds like a reindeer.
Yeah, I really like that scene too.
There's a ghost too. Now that I think about it, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
What's that guy's deal anyway?
He died. A while ago.
He just died?
He was also voiced by Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man, that guy just voiced everyone in the movie. I think he also did have like an Ebenezer Scrooge puppet, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That looked pretty much exactly like the one that shows up later.
That puppet room was the worst.
Yeah, that sucked.
I actually, I was reading an article earlier. I'll probably link that down below. I don't have my computer with me, so I forgot what it's called. But it was basically about how, a lot of things that make a Christmas movie good are, of course, the nostalgia of it all. And putting in these themes of hope and togetherness, but not shying away at how some of these things can have negative aspects. For instance, like with Elf, it had the theme of the relationship between a father and a son. With two generations. So with, the dad and Buddy, and then the dad and Micheal, and how Buddy is just so different, and he's completely the opposite of his dad, and how his dad just rejected him, and that broke Buddy.
Remember the thing with, where did you get this picture? Oh, Papa Elf gave it to me. Pause. All right, what is it? What is it you want? You want money?
Yeah. He can't believe that there's someone this good,
It's
just he has no negative intentions whatsoever.
Yeah,
he just wants to be with his dad.
Yeah, and it's very hard for him to believe that first of all, that this is his son. Second of all, that that all the stuff he's talking about with being a Christmas elf.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Crazy.
And of course, the casting was genius because they just cast Sonny Corleone to play this guy.
Yeah, and he was perfect. He did such a great job. Preview. That's it for part 1 of our Christmas movie conversation. We broke down what really makes a great Christmas film and how we'd start building a couple ourselves. But we're not done yet. In part 2, dropping on Christmas Day, we'll take everything we talked about here and go even deeper as we finish shaping our own Christmas stories from the ground up. So, pour yourself another cup of eggnog, or cocoa if that's how you roll. Catch the show wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss any new episodes, and we'll see you next week. Bye.